Hello, hello, hello.
Yo, what up? Hello, welcome. Now that I finally am rid of my ad that I just had, um, welcome to the Speed Souls Bloodborne tournament. Here we are, right after Dark Souls 2, some fantastic Dark Souls 2 action right there. We're now back with some Bloodborne action. We are hopping right into the upper bracket, the winner bracket final between Ahady and Marchy today. A really good race. These both guys are the last two people standing in the tournament without a loss. So whoever wins this goes undefeated into the grand final, and whoever loses will go down to the lower bracket final where he has the chance to redeem himself with one win, go back to the upper bracket into the grand final, and he has to win two races though.
It's a double elimination tournament. You got to lose twice to be fully out.
Exactly.
So yeah,
everyone's a second chance here.
but yeah, we got Ahady on the left, we got Marchy on the right. We've also got this new fancy feature which shows what console they're running on underneath their names. So if you guys are wondering which one, go ahead and just look at the screen. Don't have to ask anymore. It's right there.
Amazing. So looking at the setups, it won't be too much of a difference in loading times, but just keep that in mind. Maybe there's going to be a little bit of a difference. But yeah, I don't know if Peanut is ready and the runners are ready. I would say I would go for a countdown and then we go.
Ready.
Or do we have some tech stuff still to figure out?
I think we're ready to rock and roll. So I think you had the countdown, CB.
Yes, sir. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And off they go.
All right.
See what happens.
I expect speed.
I expect speed. This will be. I really hope this, like, in terms of like raw skill, this will be like the best run or best race we get so far in the tournament, because these two are actually top-notch runners. I mean, Ahady, the world record holder, multiple categories. Marchy also like really damn good in the game. They've been both branching out for a little bit over the last couple weeks. Like Ahady doing glitchless runs. I think Marchy been doing some Dark Souls 3. So it's gonna be interesting to see how that affects their runs maybe a little bit. So gonna be very interesting. I think they still though are both very talented, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue.
No, these are some of the toppest of top Souls runners, just period. They're very talented, and it shows in their times and even in other games. So it's gonna be interesting. We just gotta hope Ahady does remembers he can do glitches.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Oh my god!
He got wolfed.
Right from the get-go.
Is that our first wolf death?
That's the first time someone died there in this tournament for sure. I haven't seen that in a while.
I think I felt the ground shake from the north.
Yep. There's already one table broken today. I mean, it's not that big of a thing. I mean, he wanted to go to the hunter stream anyways, right? So, but the only thing he has to do now, he has to walk all the way back to the ladder and go up there again. And warp back.
And Marchy's his point said he's giving a good old point, telling us where he's going. So this is just
starting off brilliantly.
Brilliant.
Amazing.
It wouldn't be a race if there wasn't memes.
Yep.
But the good thing for Ahady, though, I mean, he's already got his weapons. He doesn't have to go back. He can just zoom it.
Yeah, exactly. So he can just go up the ladder again. It's like he loses like what, like maybe 15-20 seconds now, running back to the ladder. Running up the ladder is kind of annoying, but
he'll make it up, I believe.
I hope so.
He'll do the no plunge. I already can feel it. Like, we get it. You do the plunge.
All right, so first skip coming up with sewer skip. Let's see how Marchy will do there. I believe that at least one of them will get the plunge, the no quit out version. It's gonna happen. So let's see. Breaks the boxes. He goes all the way up. Go for so good and jump. Okay. He went for it though because it didn't quit out in time, so he tried to actually get it. But they're both trying right from the get-go to be in style. They're Marchy flexing even more with that point gesture in the beginning, 100% on purpose.
Typically, when
Yeah,
you start
so-
seeing the point, gestures in these races, it's typically, they're like, I mean, I think my first race, we had the reruns last night for some of our first races of the tournament. We've been doing reruns starting last night. We did a couple, and I rewatched my first race, and I had more gestures than I've ever had in my life. Like, and it's just a nervous thing. You're shaking, like you're kind of like, getting on that getting on sewer skip, not dying the gas coin, getting old Yarnum skip, like all those things are very, reset heavy points in a PB attempt. So like having to be, on point, do or die is always
very interesting. Very interesting that Marchy picks up extra bolt hunter marks. So he wants to go maybe for some extra vit right from the get-go.
Not a bad call.
Definitely tournament safe, that's for sure. That almost was a very sweet parry. Let's see, try and go for the backstab, obviously. Molotov hits as well, very good. Second round of attacks. You kind of want him to go into second phase then. He went into it though. That's
Ahady gets a back. He looking in his back pocket for his Molotov, couldn't find it.
Oh.
And then Marchy gets the phase through.
Oh my goodness, what is happening? There's so much. The game knew this is like the upper bracket final, and the game presents itself from the best side right now. We're getting Marchy about to die. Oh, this is so close. He's trying to dance a little bit here. Oh god. I think he's got him. No, he's parrying one more. Okay, we're good. And both dying at the same time. So Ahady definitely coming back with this now.
Let's go.
Again. They're fully in sync now. This is great.
I'm into this. I don't know about y'all.
I'm super into this. So both now back head to head here.
Look at that synchronized ladder climbing, rung for rung, step for step.
They got the same HP, they got the same vials, the same echoes, the same insight. All is the same. This is legit just a copy. This is what we kind of want to see in these tournaments. Head-to-head racing here. So now Ahady is like building a little bit of a lead because his black screens are a little bit better on PS5. Nothing to worry about since we are timing everything in-game time instead of RTA. So at the end of the run, we're looking at what the save file says. And whatever the save file says is the law.
The law.
Law. Let's see. Hopefully no one gets dog memes here. So Marchy already equipping the bolt on the marks he picked up earlier. He definitely wants to use these after BSB. That way he can get to 12-bit.
Pretty sure Ahady grabbed the hunter set and he didn't put it on.
yeah, actually true. I think he wants to equip it maybe on the way to BSB because he's just used to the setup maybe with like old Yarnum skip or something. And yeah, someone in chat was asking if the loading times make a difference. No, in terms of like how the time is run, how the run is timed, no, it doesn't make any difference. Like if they quit out here now, both, which they both not do. Marchy is quitting out. Real time, he's behind now. He's losing time compared to Ahady, but in-game time this does not matter. So that's why we have like a little bit of a difference maybe in where the runners are. But in the end, when like the run is over, that's when it really counts.
Rough estimates are that pretty much any warper load PS5 saves 1 second in real time, but not in game. So, exactly. I mean, you could probably argue there's an IGT difference, but it's so minimal that it amounts to maybe a second or two over the tops of a run. Like it's so minuscule that it's not worth really saying much about it.
All right, Ahady not picking up the cocktails, going for YOLO BSB. On the other hand, Marchy was not able to pick up the Madman's knowledge there on his way down, so he has to pick up one extra at least throughout this run. It's very hard to remember because sometimes you're just inside, like you're just in the zone in the run, and then you just forget to pick up the extra Madmans because it's just so much muscle memory. So let's see if he actually remembers later on, maybe in Yargul or something, to pick up something extra there.
Yeah, you can just grab those 3 and be fine.
Yeah, exactly.
But like you said,
You
it's
have to
just about
remember.
remembering. It's about
Yeah.
the remembering.
Exactly. So March, also going for old Yarnum skip. Is he doing the better version? Of course, he's doing the best version of doing this. This is how all pro runners
You
are
have to
doing this.
you have to sell your soul to
Hey, 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 hey,
Miyazaki
hey.
to Miyazaki to be able to do that way. I swear.
Yeah, but that way we also know when Elden Ring comes out because our
True.
soul is sold to him, and I know it, but I can't tell you. So unfortunate.
It's okay. It's not real. I'm just gonna sit here and believe it's not real.
Yeah.
So Ahady going in on BSB. Looks like he's going for YOLO.
Yeah, he didn't pick up the cocktails.
But he's a pro. He's a pro gamer. No
Hope
sweat.
so. First backstab connects. We're good. He wants some double backstabs and a chain of attacks until like he goes into second phase. Then you can double backstab again pretty easily. And then same thing again, pretty much. You just want to like chip away until PSP goes to third phase. And then you can do another backstab. And if there's some HP left, you can just like hit one more time. Oh, missed that one hit. And shot him for good time's sake. Good stuff from Ahady.
Style over substance.
Absolutely. Marchy pretty much doing the same thing. Let's see how his fight goes. So far, so good. Getting the double backstab the second time in. I think this part right now is like the hardest, like between second and third phase, but he's making quick work.
Easy
He has to hit
peasy.
twice. Yeah, okay, all good. Nice. They both didn't take the old Yarnum lamp, so they both can just warp back and go to Vicar Emilia next.
And Hattie's dropping down here to the workshop, where we'll just do a little side tour. Got to go grab the cord, so you can go do the one of the 3 or 4 rather. There's math, I don't know. To do Moon, and then also grab the doll set which sells for 3,500 echoes, which is quite a bit of levels.
Yeah, it's actually quite crazy how much you can level up with that in the beginning just because of that.
Do you think one day we'll end up... Well, I guess we wouldn't since we have to go there for the cord. But if there was some way we didn't have to go there for the cord, I mean, do you think you'd just skip the levels?
Ooh. I mean, then you would only have the Vicar Emilia ones, right?
I mean, isn't that essentially what
Yeah.
Unrestricted does almost?
Yeah, that's true. In the end, I mean, if you would save the time by not getting there, you could actually pick up the Bolt Hunter marks before Gascoigne and warp out after BSB and get some extra echoes in. So that might be not that bad.
I don't know. Cookie, get on
But
it.
yeah. we first need to obviously find a way to find like another way to like maybe dupe
Yeah, that's like
cords that
that's the
they
one
actually
thing.
count.
Yeah, that's the one the trick right now.
Yeah. You can dupe umbilical cords, but they do not count.
Marchy going for some. It looks like trying to
else?
get rally. That's
Yeah,
my
because
guess.
he's out of vials, he tried to just get some HP back for some rally. Very clever, actually.
Wearing that doll set, just trying to show off some fashion. And Hattie's gonna go up to Amelia. Amelia's pretty scripted. He'll probably do the
Yeah.
newer version, so that'll be.
Both doing the ladder warp. Oh my god, that was a fast ladder warp from Marchy.
Yeah, it was. I almost had to make double look to see if he even got it.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I always
Alright,
tend
Ahady
to
doing Emilia.
wait like a smidge just before I do it, but yeah, that was instant.
Okay, so far so good. Just constantly break the limbs here in the beginning.
Yeah, and this is a newer version of the Amelia strat, which pretty much takes advantage of broken limb mechanics, which more or less you do 50% more damage to broken limbs. So instead of taking the visceral, we just wail on these broken legs a little bit more. And
Yeah, and then
it's about, I think, 4 seconds overall faster.
yeah, I think something like that. There we go.
And there's a slight chance you get a little bit of her jumping around at the end, but Hattie didn't have that happen, which is nice.
Good old Emilia RNG.
She's back.
Listen. Oh,
Wasn't it in, I believe, I don't know, some like 1.4 or something? You could actually do like kind of like a Watchers deal. where you
yeah,
can
you
freeze
jump and
her.
quit out. Yeah, you jump and quit out right at the beginning. You jump into the cutscene and quit out right after, and then Amelia would be frozen. Yeah, that was like pre DLC times. Yeah.
If only I would have liked to experience that. Not that she's overly difficult, it's just sometimes it's fun to hit on something that they doesn't fight back.
True. That's why you do shadows with AI glitch and not the real way. I mean, maybe AI glitch is the real way. Who knows?
Maybe. Depends on how you look at it. Let's do that with shadows. I don't know what you're talking about.
You could also just skip Amelia. Could also be a thing by just using death cam, but then it would not be all bosses. Then it would just be all bosses without Amelia.
Community decided bosses. We'll skip Ligarius and witches too.
Perfect category for Ahady. Yeah, they're both making their way towards the Forbidden Woods now, where everyone got lost at some point during their first playthrough, because that's what you hear from everybody. And then they're gonna go for their first rounds of level ups. So it's gonna be interesting to see what Marchy actually goes for with level up. I would kind of expect him to go for 12 vit. So 12 vit, 25 strength, 19 skill, instead of only going for 25 strength and 19 skill.
Yeah, I mean, he essentially get his plus 10,000k from the first two bosses that you typically would throw away, and that'll give you about 2 levels. Which I never did 12 bit, but am I correct in assuming that you actually can kind of heck up your 3225 level up, where you can't get enough?
It can, yeah, it depends. Like if you're actually like only like on the verge of having 12 vit, then the second level up round can be quite. Like, you can be one level down at that point. Yes, that's true.
Yeah, no one ever talks about that, but I always think that's something to say, because typically our strats at this point are so streamlined that any deviance from your damage can potentially mess up a boss strat, and so it's always worth noting if that's a possibility.
However, the good thing about 12-bit, especially with the hunter set, is the fact that first of all, you survive longer during shadows, and you also survive a fireball shot from the centipede on the way to Rom.
True.
So if you get by any chance hit by that, you're not dying. So that's very, very important, especially during a race, whereas we would be warped back to the last end turn.
I had to run earlier, die to a fireball. That was fun.
Yeah.
It was just like, I called it too. Oh, this is gonna die to a fireball watch. This is a good shadows. Yeah, it's over.
It's always a good run that dies to that. Yeah, while Marchy, Ahady is dying to the Snatcher. Let's see what happens with Marchy. Let's see what he levels up. Yeah, okay, he's going 12 vits. Yep. 12, 29, yeah, 12, 25, 19. There we go.
Excuse me.
I actually know something about this game. I'm happy. That's good. And yeah, Ahady unfortunately died for the second time already. What you gonna do? It is what it is.
Even world record holders get killed.
Yeah.
Nobody.
But he can continue to run from here. Just gonna does like an alternate route. He just conveniently kills Parl now. Unfortunately, Marchy died as well. Oh well.
Bagman's 2 for 2.
Yeah.
You'd think after all these years we'd figure out a strat for him.
Everyone keeps dying to him. I don't know why. So weird.
Yeah,
so
Ahady, Parl going.
Parl pretty much the same strat as like Amelia. Just break the limbs until the health bar is at 0. Yeah, it is that. Oh, that's good. Already can tell by the amount of stamina he has. That's gonna be fine. Yeah. You need like on the first R1 L1. So your first set of attacks, you need to do 1,270. What is it? 1,274 damage. Otherwise, you need to have an extra hit at the end. If you get that number on your first combo, then you know it's like the fight almost is like already done, pretty much.
There's I don't know. There's been some times where I've actually gotten it with like less than the ideal number.
Okay.
But I don't fully understand why. But
yeah, that's odd.
I mean, it pretty much essentially means you go for the strat no matter what. If you have to throw an extra hit at the end, so be it. Yeah. But they both did it flawlessly.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go ahead and
now comes one very, very, very important moment. What are they going for? Are they going for Shadows legit? Or are they going for Shadows AI glitch?
I don't know. Ahady was on the fence, I think, and I would.
Yeah.
I really don't know. You never know. I mean, both these
His
guys are more than capable of doing either. So
yeah,
it's
his
always.
practice did not go well. Let's say it like that.
Ahady actually had to miss the
Yeah.
easiest skip in the game.
Wow.
Wow. But he
Should
got it right.
actually,
He
like-
got it right back. The getting getting the backup quickly is actually quite hard, and so getting that was nice.
But I think if you miss that jump once in your career, you get like your world record gets deleted, I think.
Good thing they don't watch my runs.
Right. I would still actually say right now the race is still head to head.
It's.
I think
mean,
they're
it's
still completely even.
it's hard to say. Marchy has an extra quit out from the dogs. You know, it's they're
Ahady has
neck
that
and neck.
death, so he's an extra loading screen. So I would say right now it is like dead even, which is super good.
Yeah, and I mean, that's like one thing, a little charm I like to Bloodborne races is essentially you'll never know until the very end. You know,
Yeah.
there are hardware differences and whatnot, and typically, even with minutes difference, you can finish RTA very, pretty much bang bang, and that's why it's always fun because it keeps the suspense level up.
That's very true. Yeah. And also everything can happen. I mean, you have like the roughest part of the run towards the end with the DLC.
DLC. I mean, even
ramps up super
even
hard.
no one's immune to Ligarius and Garmoon except for Ligarius. I don't know. Ahady's not because I don't know if he's ever fought him.
Okay, Ahady going for Shadows, doing it the legit way. Gonna be interesting. This could be like a huge like deciding moment in the whole race. Whoever like if someone dies to Shadows, that's like what like a 3.5 minute run back.
2 to 3.
Yeah.
But if you can get hut skip fast, then you're probably gonna be all right.
Oh, okay. You gotta. Oh, that's a weird opener. They're like all spread out now.
Looks like he's got first phase in the bag.
First
Oops.
shadow
And
easy.
Marchy's going for Shadows as well.
Okay, both fighting Shadows. Interesting.
We're back in 2018, baby.
Yep.
Oh, no!
Ah. Oh no, that hitbox at the end. So unfortunate.
And the ground shook.
Yep. I actually think he's gonna do AI glitch now.
I mean, there'd be no reason not to at this point.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what happens to Marchy. If he dies now as well, this is like legit rigged. Okay, so far so good. First phase should be done now. Yep. Good. Oh, this is awkward. Having that shadow in the corner there is kind of odd.
All right, he got it.
He's getting good parry. Ooh.
All
Okay,
right, I
this
think
looks good, though.
he looks like he's got him in the deal.
And that's like
Alright.
the first big surprise of the race. I would not say underdog, but like the least favorite person, because Ahady obviously is the world record holder, is in the lead currently. So Marchy going crazy here. Not the least. I mean, out of two, the least. You know what I'm talking about. God damn it.
But it looks like Ahady got hut skip successfully. He didn't have any hiccups there, so
Let's say underdog, okay? The underdog's ahead. God damn it, you guys. Oh, he got to skip as well first try. Nice. Very, very good. God, you guys get me sweating here. All right. Is anyone daring to do YOLO ROM? No. Unfortunate. See what happens. Oh yeah, Ahady, by the way, going actually now for the AI glitch. Clever.
definitely no reason not to at this juncture.
Yeah.
Plus, it's
and
like
Ahady...
I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say no reason not to, and I mean you're right there. You're coming from that side anyway.
Yeah. And he can get the pellet on his way to Mikolash and then equalizes, and that's completely fine. Doesn't lose like a whole lot of resources out of it, so it's still all good in Ahady land. Like there's still a whole lot of run. This is like early in. We're still like what, like 23 minutes in the run now. There's still like the early game is like kind of done now, so they're transitioning into the mid game now of the run. So we still have like two-thirds left. There's like the biggest run killer, or one of the biggest run killers, is coming up for Marchy in the sec with One Reborn, and Ahady has to quit out one more time, unfortunately, because on that slope he's stuck on the tombstone. That is so unfortunate. I don't want to be in the same room with Ahady right now. Not gonna lie. He is probably not enjoying himself right now, which is totally understandable. He's getting really hard memed.
But this is Bloodborne. There's, you know,
Yeah.
and it can switch very quickly because we're not even through any percent yet.
Yep. Okay, let's hope that Ahady doesn't forget his echoes. I mean, it's not a whole lot, right? So they just like, because they just bought stuff, but still it's a little bit, and it can like make a difference in the second level up. Just a bunch.
I don't think it's that much. Not enough worth worrying
okay,
about
just
it.
picked him up. Okay.
Meanwhile, Marchy's just making a side tour, grabbing the upper cathedral ward key.
And before Ahady does YOLO ROM now to get back on track with the run, that'd be crazy. That would require such big balls to do that.
It wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah. That'd be something I kind of would like think Ahady would do. Not like he's thinking, okay, I gotta come back into this race. I know I'm behind. He probably knows he's behind. Oh, beautiful skip by Marchy, by the way. Great stuff. Marchy really knows his way around the skips today. That's good. I'm impressed. Let's see what it. Okay, this doesn't do it. Maybe Ahady is like playing the long game here, thinking like, okay, the run is long. Maybe Marchy's doing a mistake, and if he plays his card right and still plays it safe, he couldn't come back into this. It's like still everybody's game. So
Yeah, I mean, he probably lost maybe a minute and a half.
did he do hut skip? I don't even see.
Yeah, oh, he did hut skip, hit it all first try very quickly, actually.
Nice.
So he didn't lose near as much as you may you typically think.
Yeah.
And plus having the shadows freeze on top of it on the back end, he definitely saves a bunch of time. And it looks like he gets the one cycle as well. Very nice.
Good. Nice. Okay, that helps. Okay, good. He waited until he got all the inside there, and then he quits out, so that way he gets positioned closer to the queen. Is that the queen of Yarnum there? I think it is. Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Lore.
Looks like it. Yeah, I don't know. All right, let's see. Marchy, run killer.
Reborn hasn't been the run killer this tournament. Not as like years past.
That was last tournament, right?
Mikolash has been the real one this year.
I can talk about that for sure. Literally, why I lost my race was Mikolash. Oh, fireball. Okay, so far so good. He gets the stagger in the leg there, or in the arm. It's everything. Everything's the leg of One Reborn.
It's just a
good though.
It's just a mangle of limbs.
Good fight though. Oh, and he got the dupe. What a god. Marchy really like showing up here to play. Holy crap. Even duping. So he gets like an extra level now, I think. He can go to like 33.
Oh, he got a dupe with the thing. That's yeah. Well, he's gonna need that for the extra. Like we talked about, he got the 12 vit, so maybe that's to compensate, or I mean, he might even get additional levels. Yeah.
So yeah, you can. For everyone who doesn't know that, you can like in Souls games, you can actually dupe items. Certain items you can dupe, like umbilical cords or extra echoes, and that you do that by
anything with a confirmation box, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you can do that by like using the item and then walk forward, press start. Go into the item menu and go down to the hunter's mark and press like the hunter's mark really quick. So if you're lucky, you get a dupe out of it. It's really precise though. It is like actually insanely precise.
I don't typically go for it.
Yeah, I think there was like an old any percent route where it would like be better if you get it. You don't need it necessarily, but it would be better if you get it. I don't remember why. Okay, he's using a quit out here to reset the enemy position.
Ahady's probably going to be doing the pro flow here.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll remember pro flow.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Very nice and clean. Very quick, actually. I always need like a couple seconds to set up, but did that
I always get scared of moving my camera, which he actually did, and it still was successful. So
yeah,
because it's kind of like it's a really solid backup, but there's times if you're not lined up correctly, it will not work. And
yeah.
so
then you'll get one shot from the dude behind you. and
pretty
it's over.
much it's like, oh, you already lost 6 seconds because you failed it the first time, and then add insult to injury.
All right, Marchy on his second level up now. Let's see where he goes with levels
got it.
now. He's going 13-bit. Okay. Yeah, I got one extra. Yeah, with the dupe. Okay. Lucky number 13.
And has enough to upgrade the weapon.
Great. Good stuff. Yeah, Marchy playing really solid. I'm really impressed right now.
Meanwhile,
Ahady comes back into this.
And he's essentially not very far behind still. He's right there.
Yep. All right.
Looks like gets the corpse drop on the
Yeah.
opener. Not a big deal.
Yeah, I can rally. That's the beauty of Bloodborne, the whole rally mechanic, that if you hit an enemy during a time where you got hit, you just rally your HP back from it. Oh, okay. This is some scary stuff here.
Easy.
Okay.
Look at this guy.
Coming back into the race. I like it. I like it. So yeah, for everyone who just tuned in and doesn't know why, for example, this big difference is there in progress of the game, Ahady not only died to the very first enemy of the game, but he also died to shadows, so he had to redo them. So that's why Marchy currently is actually a little bit ahead. But it's still anybody's game. They can come back.
Mikolash has yet to happen.
Yep. Mikolash, the absolute run killer. Like every tournament so far had like one boss always that like is like the nemesis for every runner. And last year was One Reborn. I think we had like what 17 deaths or something to One Reborn.
Something like 2 years ago, yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And we didn't have one last year, but this year it's been probably Miko. I mean, he's really caught a lot of people off guard. You know.
Miko and his puppets, they're very fun to deal with.
Marchy going for the elevator.
In the tournament for sure. Yeah, Marchy going for the elevator. Only right thing to do.
I had one where I even grabbed the elevator and then got killed on the elevator by the troll guy. That was fun. Yeah, he hit me as soon as I was just barely in his reach, and he just slammed me. That was a feels bad.
That's unfortunate.
It happens. It was good laughs watching back.
See what RNG Marchy he gets. Oh, he gets the American RNG. You can actually hit him, and he instantly spawns back in his room, or like close to his room.
I've tried that, and I don't know if I'm a fan, but that's just me. All right. He had two puppets.
Puppet here.
He looks like he shoots the second to get rid of him.
Okay. I did actually not know that worked. Wow.
It'll knock him down. It doesn't kill him, but it'll knock him.
It's like
down.
Oh, it's like with dogs.
Yeah, same principle relatively.
Interesting.
It's good for the back guy for sure.
Yeah. Been running the game for 5 years. I did not know that. Well, you never learn out.
Marchy going for the 2-hit. Dang, I hate going for the L1s on that wizard. It's yep. you can whiff, and then you don't want to mess with the little blue mama downstairs.
All right, second phase coming up now. Let's see what.
Ooh,
RNG
now
we get. Oh,
he
that's a
actually no, that's not a misclick.
Oh, no, he needs the bullets.
He
Yeah,
needed the
yeah.
bullets. That's actually insanely
the
words are
game sense of
describing me.
Marchy.
Yes, very
Insane.
on point because he needed those. If things went wrong, obviously.
Yeah, it's good to know. Like he actually, wow, he's thinking ahead.
That was insane 5-head play right there.
Yep. So for everyone who does not know what just happened, ultimately, if Mikolas runs away from you, you have to hit him 3 times so he turns around and walks towards you. And therefore, if Marchy fails the plunge, he needs to have 3 bullets to shoot, and he only had 1. So right on the get-go, he knew that in a second and decided to go for blood bullets. That is very, very, very clever.
Yeah, that
He
was
didn't need to use them, but just the
wherewithal.
the whole like mindset to know that to be aware that he might need them is a very, very 5-head.
All right. Hattie's on his way to right behind on Miko as well. He's gonna have to grab the extra pellet just because he had that death, which no big deal. Right there. Just gotta watch out for Edgar. Sometimes he gets a little hungry. Hungry for the spotlight. And Marchy gets good RNG on the Winter Lantern.
RNG.
Ooh. That was...
Wait,
I think
it changed to reverse, right?
It looked like he was prompting a quit out in case he needed it, and he accidentally might have flipped it. His
he
camera
changed
controls.
to reverse.
I was actually telling Cookie this. I was like, "What if we just like somehow frame perfect hit a mark and a quit out at the same time?" I was like, "Wrong work, Begearman? Anybody?"
Oh, he's like,
I'd be about it.
yep.
Cookie, get on it.
Right. So, Ahady doing Miko now as well, while Marchy is on his way to Wet Nurse. Probably going to use a blue elixir here. Yep. Very important where you use the blue elixir. Like, movement is very important in this segment. You want the pigs to follow you so they fight the shadows, so you get some extra echoes, so you can go for 44 strength in the end. It is not a big deal. 43 strength is also still completely fine, but yeah, it's just
Oh.
Ahady having a little bit of an issue here.
He's
In that case, I would just run inside the room. With
I think that's what he's I think he was just but I think he was in heck this mode.
Oh, and then he gets the fake death puppet as well. Yeah, he's done. He's not done, but he clearly doesn't feel this run. That's for sure.
Meanwhile, Marchy's on Wet Nurse. Good opener.
Good oh. Getting like the worst attack. Let's see if any one of these gets the nightmare phase. But apparently I don't know how to dodge.
Got an early teleport there.
Oh, yep.
Not early, but he pretty much staggered her into it.
Yeah.
Those are always kind of awkward. He is getting the bad swipes continuously.
Oh my goodness.
All right, Marchy done with Wet Nurse. Very nice.
Yep. Nice and clean. Okay, Ahady. Ooh, okay, I thought for a second he wouldn't do that. Did he aggro a puppet there? I think he did. Oh, he's got to be careful now. He's a puppet right behind him. But he's good though. Okay. All right, Ahady also passed Miko. That's good news. No one keeps dying right now. Everything's running according to plan. No one died to Mikolas, more importantly.
Pretty much.
And let's see how the run plays out from now on. It's gonna be like it's a little bit of like I would describe this as a little bit of a downtime in the run. They do like lecture hall skip, then they do Amygdala, which is like a boss that is like if you get the initial R2 is like free. Then it's a forest run through. You do you get like the court and the Canehurst summons. And then after that, Upper Cathedral Ward is where things get interesting again. But for now, we have like a little bit of a breather, so to speak. Not for Ahady though. He still has Wet Nurse.
which it shouldn't be too big of a deal. But
Yeah.
now point of voice contention here is Marchy on lecture hall skip, which is
Master
probably
skipper though.
yeah.
His skips has been
It's
so good. He's gonna get this first try. Okay, never mind.
commentator curse.
Yep. And now he's gonna be stuck here for 5 minutes. Oh no, never mind. Third time's the charm.
But no, that is probably it doesn't look difficult, but it is probably the most precise skip,
Yeah.
and you can lose a lot of time there. So
Thanks,
third try is
Hex.
pretty good. Yeah, thank you, Hex.
All right, let's see what version of Nightmare Frontier skip Marchy's doing. If he's doing the sit down, if he's doing a charged R2.
You know, he does, I think, a sit down, but I've actually seen him do a thing where like sometimes he won't even do the fall in the elevator shaft. He'll just sit on the edge sometimes.
Okay, that works.
But yeah, it looks like he actually did it sit down and sit on the rock.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Because I had done that once where I had the Silver Beast follow me, and essentially I sat down on accident and like stood up and quit out really fast, but I was right on the edge, and then I spawned in the wall. So I think like if you're even close to the edge, you can potentially like get past there, if that makes sense.
Stuck in a wall, that's like game over. Okay, looks good though. Nice. Now he's doing Amygdala, which is in theory free. Let's hope it stays free. And meanwhile, Ahady, I don't think Ahady picked up the elevator if I watched that correctly. Oh, never mind. I thought Ahady was a Miko. I'm an idiot. He's at Wet Nurse.
Ooh, he gets the bad opener there.
Okay, good follow up though. And Marchy already done with Amygdala.
Amygdala is not very bad. It's just there's a newer strat where you actually kind of wait and delay your head stagger R2.
Yeah.
And if you don't time it correctly, it can go poorly, but did good job. Oh, we're getting nightmare phase, it looks like here.
Oh, yeah. We gotta dodge it right. Nice. Done. Make it look easy. Okay, Marchy going for 43 strength. And now does the forest run through. Yeah, both runners, after like initial struggles, now kind of like settled in the race a little bit. They're getting the runs going. They're not like making like mistakes. They're all doing the runs. I mean, Ahady getting a little bit memed there at Mikolash, but all in all, it's shaping up to be quite good at the end. It's gonna all come down to like who gets through the DLC better.
A lot of race left.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is more downtime. You got cave skip, which you can kind of things can happen there. You know, it's a potential death spot, and or you know, you can get stuck on the graves, which happened to me earlier.
Marchy not going for the cool jump.
I think he tried. He tried.
It's so satisfying if you get that jump. Feels so great.
Man, his setup is way far righter than mine is. Cave skip was probably the last skip I ever added because it just was. It's not hard, but it's
weird. It's a weird skip for sure. So how are you doing lecture hall? Ooh.
There we go.
Oh.
Fourth try.
I'm a little bit behind, so I'm gonna refresh actually.
I'm just watching from my PS6.
Your Elden Ring machine, you mean?
Yeah. I thought you had one too.
I do. I can't say anything about it.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Ahady coming up on Nightmare Frontier. Same song and dance. Marchy finishing up the running portion, which is always kind of a snooze, but it's a nice little breather before you start getting back into the action. You kind of it's kind of a start, stop, start kind of in the middle where you kind of have this part where you're running, then you've got Upper Cathedral, which is in essence, if you do non-YOLO, it's pretty self-explanatory, pretty cut and dry.
Yeah.
Orphanage Key Skip as one spot of contention, but Ebby and Celestial usually aren't too bad, but they pose a risk if you mess something up. Then you get Cleric,
True.
which is
Yeah.
Cleric.
So while we got a little bit of downtime, what do you think about the rumors that we might see Elden Ring next Thursday?
I'll believe it when I see it.
That's a good answer. I like that. I'm pretty much the same. Yeah.
I mean, I would like to think it'll be a thing at some point, but
Yeah.
like I said, I don't get caught up in the hype.
Yeah.
What about you?
I don't know. I love the whole hype about it, around it. I think it's very amusing if you look at certain people in the community hyping things up. They're like saying like, I'm gonna like be on the show at like Thursday, and right after that they're gonna retweet a science tweet that says on that exact date is gonna be like a solar eclipse that is named the Ring of Fire, and everyone's like going crazy saying like, oh, Elden Ring question mark. Like, people are bamboozling people left and right. I love it. It is so great. I really love the whole idea about it. And but yeah,
I think
I'll
it's
believe it when I see it as
I
well.
think it's a masterpiece in marketing.
Absolutely. It is
Literally spend nothing and have the most hyped game at the deal.
Oh, what happened?
Not sure. Might be having capture card issues with Marchy.
Yeah. He's still in Discord, so his PC didn't crash.
Uh-oh.
Probably loading into Splice. This is kind of awkward.
It's working. It's trying.
It says it's offline now.
Internet issues. It happens.
Meanwhile,
doing through the
forest run through, yeah. Let's see. Let's try to get it Marchy back online here as quick as possible.
Oh, there we go.
Yep, our tech non-existing tech staff working day and night to ensure proper tournaments. Did his character have the same hair before?
Yes, he had white hair.
All right, so he's doing a little skip there. Where he's getting the orphanage key right from the get-go without going around. Very good then.
Yeah, within I think the last year we started doing cleaver. Most people started kind of migrating back to the cleaver.
Yeah, except for me, but yeah.
And it's gotten quite consistent. I don't know. I like it, at least for all bosses.
I think I need to start doing it as well.
BL4 don't do it.
Is it different to BL4? Like how
Well,
hard is it in BL4?
It's 3 hits, so you can't kill him with the pretty much like you aggro him and then 3 hits, but you're popping a pellet in BL4, which is the problem.
Oh.
So if you get bad RNG, you're more or less up poop creek without a paddle. If that.
Yeah. Okay. All right, let's see if Marchy doing YOLO mystery. I mean, he got the shortcut, so he has the availability to do it. If he dies, he's pretty quickly there again.
Looks like
But
he's
no,
just
he's
going
not.
for normal.
Nope. That's always the thing that I'm like wondering. Are the runners watching this stream and do they know that they're ahead or not? Like that's always something that I wonder if if Marchy didn't watch the stream, I would actually think he might go for it because he would think like, okay, I'm running against Ahady. He usually has like really solid runs, so I might have to like take some risks to be ahead. But maybe he's watching the stream on the side and he's like, okay, I see that Ahady is behind me, so I'm playing it safe. There's like a lot of mind games involved in this.
A little bit. I mean, I mean, I'll say when I run, I typically do have the stream open, and it's
I have it open. Yeah. Yeah.
it's just to know.
I
mean, typically you need to. I like to know if I need how hard I need to put on the pedal, and
yeah.
you know,
I even have like the
not
Speed
saying that
Soul
you
chat open.
not saying you wouldn't. You're not trying to go your fastest off. Off the bat. It's just that sometimes there are a few safer strats you can do that you know. Like, for example, early skull and DLC, so you can grab lamps. Not necessarily super much slower, but it can be enough to decide something. We've had a race in this tournament decided by 2 seconds IGT. Like, these seconds do matter.
Yeah. And I mean, I always like watching at the beautiful chat of Speed Souls as well, so they're always very nice to read their comments, given the GGs.
Just cool.
Oh. All right, Marchy almost done. Getting towards the DLC now. Already getting the lamp in the DLC, and then does one more hard boss of the main game, which is probably the hardest boss of the main game if you look at it that way. All right, we're back. I think. Hello.
We're back. Good job, tech team.
Yep, good job, tech team. They're doing overtime today. We're definitely gonna not pay them more than usual, which is nothing. But yeah, Marchy making his way over to Cleric Beast, or we thought he might make his way towards Cleric Beast, but he needs to splice one more time. Meanwhile, Marchy doing Ahady doing the orphanage skip, which is working. Very nice. It's just too good of a race, guys. We're just exploding. The internet is just crazy. Oh, I think we get Marchy back. Yes, there we go. Okay, he's back.
He's ripping the space-time continuum.
Yeah, his run is so good, and now he's killing the hardest boss in the game, and he's done. Hard fight. Good stuff. Good stuff. Meanwhile, Ahady making his way to Emissary. Let's see how that one goes. Is he doing YOLO? Yeah, he's doing YOLO. Oh god, this can go either way. Ooh, what are you doing? Ahady. Okay. Okay. Nice. Well done. You might have to refresh Ahady's stream real quick for a sec. If that is possible. Right. I'm like contacting our tech team real quick.
Good job, tech team.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. Thank you, tech team. Now we're all good.
All right, so let's see. We got Marchy just entered DLC. We got Ahady approaching Ebrietas.
So yeah, Marchy is at a point of the run now where any time at any point everything can go south. Like legit, every enemy right now is like it's crazy. Everyone can just have like a bad day and ruin your run. So it's gonna be very, very tricky to get through it. But yeah, on the other hand, Ahady making quick work of Ebrietas, and as he always calls it, Ebridas. Apparently in Canada you name Ebrietas Ebridas. And yeah, also now after Cleric, now also in the DLC. I think they're not that far apart from each other. Like if Ahady keeps playing this clean and Marchy maybe doing like a couple of sloppy plays left and right, this is still anyone's game to grab. Like this is still all good. This is like maybe closer as it might look.
I would say one of the biggest things is if something happens before Ludwig, because that's one of the longest run backs. Yes. Saying you don't get a lamp.
It does, yeah. It really comes down to like if Marchy takes the lamp before Ludwig, maybe, or something. That's going to be very interesting. If he doesn't take the lamp before Ludwig, and if he then dies to Ludwig, or maybe failures.
Because essentially your longest run backs here are, I mean, you got anything pre-Ludwig, you know, lamp and or him, and then you've got if you don't take early skull, then you've got run backs there.
Yeah. If you don't take early skull, you have to run back to orphan as well, for example, which is like roughly 3 minutes or something, or maybe even more. If you don't take the lamp before in the hut before orphan. It is crazy. It's a big gamble. You kind of have to take left and right here. You have to like always think about what could I do, what can I do, what risks do I take, and if you screw one thing up, it can bite you in the behind really quickly. So we'll see what happens here. Very nice 360 there of Marchy. A little bit of flexing going on while taking the blue elixir. So let's see what he does here. So he doesn't get memed by the bloodsucker, which is really nice. That's good. And let's see. Hopefully he doesn't get the triple shot here on the ladder, which will be very unfortunate. Definitely did not happen to me the other day. All right, there we go. Nice. Okay, is he taking the lamp or not? No. He does not. Okay, so this is like really like, I mean, usually it's like usually nothing's bad gonna happen at Ludwig. It's a scripted fight. If you do everything you do right, everything's gonna be cool. But I say but there's so many memes that can happen at this boss. Let's see what happens here. Okay, so far it seems like he's getting a normal opener, so he's getting everything going. Got the L1, 3 hits for a head stagger, and there it goes. There is no head stagger. There it is. Okay, fire paper. With an extra hit, I think he goes early phase 2. Yeah, exactly. And now he has to actually fight phase 2, which is a little bit awkward. Let's hope he doesn't die here. Oh, God. Okay. So he got the stagger there. Everything should be going on fine from now. But that's exactly what I talk about. You miss one thing in the strat. Or like miss one attack somehow. And it like all goes south. Like instantly. That's the beauty of this DLC as well, in a sense, in the speedrun. All of these fights, if one thing doesn't go your way in these DLC fights, you're most likely to get like either one shot or you're having a really hard time. And with not taking any like safety lamps or something, this is an extreme risk, especially in a race or marathon environment where you lose like roughly, I don't know, sometimes a minute to like 3 to 4 minutes. So this is where if you want to start a comeback, here is your chance pretty much. To quickly elaborate how they do so much damage really quick, because it's been asked in chat. They have like a +10 weapon right now. It's a saw cleaver +10 with the right gems equipped as well, and they're using a bolt paper and sometimes a bolt paper, sometimes fire paper, and they're using beast blood pellets. And beast blood pellets, you use them, and when you attack an enemy, you build up your beast meter. And essentially what that does is certain thresholds, you deal more damage, but also gain more damage. And that's what allows us runners to do so much damage to enemies really quick over time.
It's very understated how good they are. And
yeah,
it only works with physical damage, unfortunately, but they are quite OP if you know how to use them correctly.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they only last 60 seconds, so you have to make the most of it.
Yeah. And I'm actually surprised how like quote unquote close Ahady is compared, like he died, but that hut skip really made it like not that big of a deal, as you said already earlier. He didn't lose as much ground as I thought it would be.
No,
really,
I think
really interesting to see.
It's I was actually trying to have this conversation with Ahady yesterday, and I was talking about if you had a death, you know, what would be faster, going around or, you know, going through there, and I hadn't really thought about it, you know, in a race sense, but yeah, in the totality of hut skip and all of that, getting, you know, the Shadows AI freeze, you're not having to run all the way around past the pig and everything, you know, it's really cuts down the detriment of a Shadow's death quite a bit.
And the funny thing is, I would actually say now the DLC, even though it is like this part of the run that is like super high risk and everything, I would still say though this is where the runners are most experienced on, because the DLC is the hardest part of the run, and therefore the runners are also practicing this the most part. So I don't actually think someone's gonna die here, but like we're only saying like the ifs.
Don't commentator curse it now.
Oh, I would love to commentate a curse and get this a little bit closer.
Ahady about got poison spat on, and
Yeah.
Marchy just had
Marchy
a,
got
had a
hit, yeah.
nice little little tag, little kiss from the other dude.
Okay, Marchy not going for the newly found research hall skip here. Taking it nice and slow. Hopefully it doesn't get memed by the rat. Looks good though.
Or the hunter.
Yeah, or the hunter. Ahady meanwhile on Ludwig. Let's see if he gets a clean fight compared to Marchy. Gets the initial hit. I don't want to curse anybody's run. I just want a good race. That's all I'm for. But yeah, Ahady's fight is like done now.
Yeah, Ahadys is
Ludwig
pretty
goes
much
into a set phase now. Marchy getting the bad opener and failures. They're getting a big chunk of damage there, but sadly makes it sadly gladly. Okay.
He's having a few issues getting this first guy down,
Yep.
so he's going to be camping on the side, but he's already got the guy on the other side looking at him funny. So that's something to keep to keep an eye on, figuratively and literally, because that's he's going to be the one that's going to make him slow, essentially. Because if he starts spitting fireballs or whatever energy balls, arcane balls. All right, it looks like he was pretty tame. Nice for Marchy.
Very, very good, yeah.
Meanwhile, yeah, Ahady just does the quit out there in research hall.
Yeah. And this is where the run really like ramps up. You do failures to do a quit out to keep your beast meter, and then you straight up use another beast pellet, and you straight up go into Maria. And then after that, you have a little bit of a run through, and then it's Orphan, and then right after that, it's like it's Lawrence. This is like the crazy part of the run, where like you really have to show, where you really have to prove yourself.
It's essentially boss rush.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean,
Especially besides Maria.
Besides the long run up to Ludwig and like kind of getting to Orphan, I mean, essentially it's a boss rush. That was one thing I liked about Unrestricted, is because you do witches and Ligarius beforehand, and so you literally would just go DLC, bam, Garamund, and that was like 7 bosses, boom.
Great opening for Marchy there. Oh, he gets a bad follow up though, but should be fine. 3 more hits, and now another bad hit. Okay. Oh, he's going for the backstab. He's styling. Nice.
Oh.
Oh. Oops. That's good though. He got the double backstep, so he already did enough damage to kill Maria on the other transition, so that's cool. Got a little bit
insult to injury there.
Yep. Got a little bit IKEA there.
Meanwhile, Ahady's right behind him.
Absolutely understandable though. Like, he's from Norway, right? So obviously the Swedes want some revenge. So IKEA there in the way of him, trying to ruin his run, as per usual. All right, let's see what Ahady does here with failures. He gets a better opener, way better opener than Marchy got. Should make quick work of the first. Now the second one should be also quite okay to deal with. 3 or 4 hits, and then he's done. I spoke too soon. Okay, all good. And from here on out, should be all good.
They like, definitely like we're trying to give him both of them the back slap.
Yeah. Yep.
We got no elixir Hamlet, by the way, by Marchy, which isn't a big deal. Isn't a big deal, but it's always something to note, because
as soon as he dies, then it's a big deal.
Yeah, true. But he did grab the. He has been grabbing lamps, so it wouldn't be the biggest thing. Yeah. And looks like he's got a clean deal here too.
Did he get early skull?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Did Ahady get early skull? I didn't pay attention. I'm sorry.
I don't think so.
Okay.
So that is one thing to
Then-
note. He's Marchy, or not hypothetically, but figuratively, he's a little bit ahead in segment. He's done a segment a little bit early.
Yeah. So Ahady got like a little bit closer, but in the end, he has to do the skull pickup again. Whilst Marchy already done that, and he can after Orphan go to to Lawrence instantly.
It's not a huge time portion. It's essentially just grabbing the thing in a warp, but yeah. Ahady also getting some bad Maria, it looks like.
Yep. Oh, again. Oh, jeez. Good follow-up, though. I like that. Yeah. All right, Marchy, here we go. Orphan. Let's see what happens. Ahady's fight looks like it's done. Let's see what Marchy does with Orphan. This is where the run could make or break. Nice double backstab. He gets a good follow-up. That's actually my favorite follow-up to get because it's the easiest one to backstab. Oh, I don't like that. He knows what to do, though. Very good.
Okay.
Oh, he didn't get a backstab. Good. Oh,
Very
he's playing this so well.
Yeah, definitely playing that smart. Essentially, fight's over, I think, here.
Yeah, you can butt scratch here, and then you force Orphan to jump, and that's a double backstab for his face kill. Very good from Marchy. He played that like super, like the reactionary way was like very good there.
Oh, dang. He actually used the mark, even though he could have just taken.
He needs to take the lamp.
He could have took the lamp. Not a big deal, but
No,
of
he loses, like, what,
note. 120
or something.
and
Yeah.
120 echoes to pump that vid.
Yeah.
120k. He could have got 20 bit at that point.
True.
Maybe 18. Yeah, Ahady right.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't. Oh, actually, maybe it was needed. Maybe he did that on purpose because then he didn't need to light the lamp.
True.
It like lighting the lamp is like another like 4 seconds.
I don't know.
I don't know. It kind of evens out at this point, but yeah, maybe it was on purpose. I'm gonna ask him after the race if that was on purpose.
It'd be interesting to see. I mean, you're talking minimal seconds here, but
Yeah.
there is the race utility of keeping the echoes would be quite nice.
True.
Just for, especially if you see you have somewhat of a cushion, like we said, that's something you could potentially do, to further pad.
Yeah.
Because essentially damage, you're maxed at damage at this point, but getting that extra nice health, we're typically used to 10 bit, right? Like,
Yeah. Ooh. Okay. Marchy on his way to Lawrence now. Scripted fight, but it looks so damn cool. It's such a tight strat, and I love it. It's one of those fights that's like just really fun to do.
Meanwhile, Ahady's on Orphan. We got double boss action. Very pog.
Two of the coolest bosses here. Both are fighting right now.
I like how we kind of got the blue hue on the right and the red on the or blue on the left, red on the right.
Fire and ice, something like that. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yin and yang, something.
Yin and
something.
yang, yeah. Good or bad, whatever.
All right, Ahady getting
PS5 and PS4.
Ahady having to do the backstab, but he got him.
Nice.
And Marchy gets Lawrence down pretty easy.
Nice. All right.
Bing, bang, boom. Both of them are done.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So yeah, now is the difference we were talking about earlier. Ahady now has to do the skull pickup before he goes to Lawrence. And in the meantime, March is already done with Lawrence. And can go to the Grand Cathedral when he makes his way towards Witches and Logarius. And then the last two bosses, Germinum Prisons.
Ooh, Ahady gets the insta pickup on the elevator.
Ooh,
That's always nice to get. And this is another kind of, we talked about, you kind of have your highs and lows of the run, and as far as where Marchy's at, this is kind of another breather.
Super annoying in a real run. I really don't like it in this category. Like you look at your splits, you know that you're like on PB pace, for example, right? You're like nervous as hell because you know the run, like the DLC, the hardest part, so to speak, is over, right? You're like maybe 15, 20 seconds ahead of your PB, right? And then you have to run all the way there, and all you wish for is just that you just fight Germ in a mood presence and the run is over. And then you have to run through all of this. You're like, the run through the witches is so long, and then after that, the whole run to Lagares is also so damn long. And that's why I like unrestricted in that regard.
Especially if you're sitting on a nice, cushion of time, or you're on a good run, and it's kind of time. It can work against you because you start playing mind games against yourself. And
you're starting to overthink, like what time could this be? Where could I be here? Like you're overthinking too many things. They just start like losing focus on the run. And I like unrestricted a lot more because of that particular reason, that you have Lawrence, and then after that, right after that, it's the ending of the run.
But yeah, there's still. I mean, the whole thing is not a foregone conclusion. Witches do witch sometimes. And
Ligarius does Mario,
and Ligarius has styled on a few people this tournament. Yep. So. And the one thing though is the Ligarius run back. We always joke. Joke that don't grab the elevator, but if you don't, that is one of the longest run backs by bar none.
Very true. And you can get memed on the ladder as well by the spitting guy.
Nothing like getting the Miyazaki the ladder fall.
All right, good fight from Ahady. Textbook Lawrence, well done. So he's also done with the DLC. I would like guess, roughly estimated, Ahady is like 45 seconds behind, 30 to 45 seconds behind. That'll be my rough estimate.
Yeah, I mean, it's always hard to tell what the load screen difference is.
Yeah.
Usually by this time you kind of lose track of which one, how many, who's got what. But that's, I think, pretty fair guesstimate.
We'll see what happens. I mean, this run is far from over. I've seen runners being stuck for like 9 minutes at Moon Presence because they just can't get it. It all happened before. You never know. You never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's never the boss that's the problem. It's always the ads. Same thing with witches. It's always the ads.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Doing the cool barrel quit out. I always like that barrel quit out. It's pretty neat. Look, explaining it's fun. Just that the fact that it's a boss arena, but it's not, and you're like, why the barrel and not the bed? It's like, it's kind of interesting. But that's that's an IGT strat though. Like, I mean, RTA. True. If this was RTA, you'd just go run to the door.
Yeah, I like the whole like theory crafting around speedrunning. I like that. That's a big part of it, and I really like it. Talking about like why certain things make X and Y faster. It is really cool.
Marchy going on his carriage ride. Meanwhile, Ahady running through these crazy witches. I want whatever they're on because they're having a grand old time.
So yeah, probably my favorite area, like design-wise, Kaner's Castle. I really like it in terms of like level design and everything. He's using a elixir here. Very cool strat. He's playing it safe. He's playing it very safe. He knows like that the only thing that can break him now is like getting hit here by these like idiots that are waiting at the door. So he's using a blue elixir to not get aggro by them. Very, very cool.
I don't think I've ever aggroed them. I don't know if I just take a slower line or what, but I don't think I've ever had them attack me. I've always hear runners talk about it, but it's never happened to me.
Yeah,
maybe I'm just lucky.
A couple times.
Maybe I'm just lucky. They don't like my blood.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
have
maybe.
to.
It's
I
like
don't
with,
have,
like mosquitoes that they only go for certain people more because of their blood. It's like sweeter or something.
I guess. I must be stale. Feels bad, man.
I mean, you're a peanut after all, so
Nah, true. Salty.
do you
Maybe
even have
they don't
blood?
like the salt. Marchy always does this thing here. Runs by this guy.
Ooh.
It always scares me. So most
Yeah, that
runners,
looks
they'll either
scary.
shoot him or they'll go around, and he just runs right straight through, which
Jeez.
it works. I've seen it done, and he's done it multiple times for sure.
It looks really cool to do, but it, like I wouldn't know. I wouldn't trust that strat ever. Not gonna lie.
Meanwhile, Ahaddy's on the witches.
Yep.
Just
Hopefully he doesn't get Mario here. Oh,
Marchy's breaking the space-time continuum once again.
yep. Needs to load the perfect Lugarius fight. Oh, Ahady. Oh, oh my God. Yeah, that's. I don't know. I don't want to jinx anything, but this might be the nail in the coffin. Oh, nice plunge though to end it.
All right, he elected to just say, "Heck it," going without the quit out.
Yeah, and that's risky now, going without the quit out here because the enemies do not reset. There might be some dogs there.
He might have one or two dogs. It's kind of right where the carriage is where you're gonna have the issue. It looks like he's fine.
Yeah, it looks good. Okay, meanwhile, Marchy at Lugarius soon. Good thing he got the extra level in Vit because then he doesn't get one shot.
Yeah, I think even at 10-bit, as long as it's not a counter, you can tank it. But I mean, that's the thing. You know, you got to be aware that it's coming, and typically, if you're aware it's coming, you're not going to take any damage. So
Yeah, the thing is, a lot of people roll out of scare of that thing, and then they get a counter hit from that, and that's where you die. Sometimes just better just stay and just like tank it straight up. So let's see what happens. I get this is somewhat okay. Oh, he's against the wall though. Can you get a backstab off here? Yeah,
think
should be good.
so.
Yeah, should be fine. Should be fine. Yeah. Nice. Okay.
All right. That's
so
always
it all comes down to the last two bosses.
Yeah, pretty much. Lugarius can meme you like that. He's one of those ones where like he'll put his back against the wall and it's not fun.
Yep.
And guess what? You can fall off the ledge. He can't.
Yeah, but the boss cannot. Yeah. But yeah, I've been watching Marchy a little bit doing his practice, and he had some wonky German fights. So let's see what happens here. Maybe he's not really in the mood. German, that is.
We shall see. But then again, it is a quick run back.
Yeah.
But the one thing is your Gehrman always ties into Moon.
Yeah, good opener though. Good follow up. Oh, great. Okay, he's got the transform properly. Good attack. Oh, nice parry. Very well done from Marchy. Oh, okay.
He's getting a little jumpy. A little jumpy.
I don't think he can get a backstab there. Oh, oh he's getting... Okay, that should be done though. All right. Good. That was a weird dance there. I mean, German probably also knows it's Saturday. You gotta get some dancing going. And one boss left here. Oh, perfect. Oh. Okay. He got the good opener. Oh, that was weird.
He just did the tank strat.
Yeah. Oh, great. Okay, so you get the perfect kill there.
And got elevated into oblivion. Peepo Hay and
that's
GG
Marchy. Well done. Really good run.
Very good run. And Ahaddy's literally right behind, about to hit Lugarius, and just bang, 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 and we'll be done.
Let's see what time it is for Marchy. 107.31.
That is a very good time. One of the best ones we've had in the tournament. We've had, I think Ahady has had a couple 107s and a 106, and I don't think anybody else has even
15 seconds behind my PB. That's so crazy. Oh, Ahady getting memed here though, badly.
You're right. I think he's got it in the bag though.
Okay, got it now. I don't know. He has to fight maybe second phase just a little bit.
No.
I has to do backstab with. Yeah, okay, it's all good. Backstab with repose should be fine. Yeah. All right, well done. And you got any predictions what time it will be for Ahady?
I'm gonna guess it's gonna be like in the 109 range if I
Yeah,
had to
that's what I was
guess.
about to say as well. Like I'm
Like
gonna
a
say it's a
109.30 if I had to guess.
109.14.
But we never know.
Oh, he turns off.
They turned it off.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. Okay. Oh.
Well, I think he knew he lost.
Yeah, he knew. He knew. Unfortunate end to the race.
Perhaps. Well, with that being said, I think we'll bring our guys in and see what they think. I probably can guess what some of how they feel, but we'll see what they want to talk. It was a live, exciting race nonetheless.
Yep, that was really good. Hello, Marchy. Hello, Ahady.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. First of all, congratulations to Marchy for moving on to the grand finals.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well done. You sir have the advantage of only needing to win one race in the grand final. And Ahady, I gotta tell you, man, that's some unlucky stuff that happened throughout the race, man. Just it started with the death to the first wolf, and it kind of carried on through that. Miyazaki really showed its best behavior on the game today.
Mhm.
I don't want to ask you too much because I can't understand what you're feeling right now. But you got anything to say?
No.
No, okay, yeah, I figured so. Marchy, I got one question for you. After the orphan fight, did you warp out on purpose, or did you because the lantern lighting would be taking too long time, or did you like realize afterwards?
No, that was just a muscle memory telling me to do the wrong thing pretty much.
Okay, I figured. Okay, yeah. But yeah, other than that, solid race. I mean, even for Ahady as well, solid like comeback. He like it was always like nail biting because like any one of you could have made like a mistake in the DLC and they could have been like run deciding. So that was like kind of cool to see. But yeah, Ahady is now waiting in the lower finals. Left in the tournament now are in the lower bracket. Peanut and the winner of Eden versus Donnie. That's gonna be a great race. And then we have Giant Cookie Jar versus D Planet. And then the both winners of these races will be duking it out for a shot to race against Ahady in the lower finals. And then the winner of that will go up against Marchy once again in the grand finals. And as I mentioned before, Marchy, you only have to win one race now, and the person coming from the lower bracket has to win 2 races. So that's going to be very interesting. And as you see on screen right now, Saturday, June 12th at noon. No, that's midnight, right?
Yeah, midnight and
yeah, that's midnight CEST or 6 p.m. EST.
and we actually had another one scheduled.
Oh, okay.
But this one, yeah, we have this match Eden versus Donnie on next Saturday, and then I think we just had one scheduled for this upcoming Tuesday, which is going to be DP versus Cookie, and that's going to be at 2 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central Eastern. On the 8th of June. So that one was just kind of happened right before the race, so I didn't have time to make a thing for it.
Okay, I see.
But yeah, it's we've got a lot of matches coming up. Also, there's going to be a Twitter poll or something in the chat. It's going to be about we got some emote stuff coming along for the Speed Souls channel. So we want your guys' input. So if you guys can go and vote on that and see what you guys would like to, be I believe, emote mascot for the Speed Souls community. So yeah, go vote for that. But yeah, that's I think about it for us today. I think pretty dang successful day. We had all those DS2 races, which were really cool. We had this one. Very good matchup. We've got more coming down the pipeline. So yeah, stay tuned, everybody.
It's great to see. It's great to see more and more tournaments coming up for like the Souls games. It's always nice to like not only like watch them, commentating them, but run them as well. It's fantastic. I like it.
Yeah, it's
More of
definitely.
them, please.
Let's go. So yeah. With that being said, I think we're going to send you guys over to NASA, our friends at NASA. They're doing a big marathon going on right now, and I think they're raising money for Save the Children. So yeah, go say hi to them.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. And that'll be it for us.
See ya.